Hey everyone, and welcome back. I am so incredibly thrilled to have you here for this explainer because today we're going to learn a really simple trick that will literally instantly upgrade your conversational English. We're talking about possessive pronouns. Look, if you want to sound less robotic and just way more natural when you speak, you are in the exact right place. So let's dive right into this.
Okay, here's our game plan for today. First, what are possessive pronouns? Second, adjectives versus pronouns. Third, the pronoun lineup. Fourth, avoiding common mistakes. And finally, practice and homework.
Section 1. What are possessive pronouns? The sentence upgrade hack.
So, there's a specific problem that almost all beginners face when speaking English. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Imagine Emma has a blue backpack, and you want to know if it belongs to her. You ask, "Is this Emma's backpack?" And someone replies to you, "Yes, this is Emma's backpack." Do you hear how clunky and repetitive that sounds? Repeating the noun like that, it just kind of feels robotic, right?
And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates exactly why we need possessive pronouns. A possessive pronoun is simply a word that shows ownership without using a noun after it. So instead of repeating that super clunky phrase, we just say, "Yes, it's hers." Boom. The word hers completely replaces Emma's backpack. The whole sentence becomes shorter, it's faster, and it instantly sounds like natural everyday English.
Moving on to Section 2, Adjectives versus Pronouns, Spotting the Difference.
In our last lesson, you'll remember we learned all about possessive adjectives. Now, let's look at this core equation to spot the difference between those and our brand new tool. On the left, we have our possessive adjectives. Remember the golden rule there? A possessive adjective always needs a noun, like my book. But on the right, we have our possessive pronouns. The rule here? Possessive pronoun equals absolutely no noun. It stands completely on its own. Mine. If you can remember this little visual, you've honestly won half the battle.
Let's look at the complete mapping here. Check out how the structure shifts. My book becomes mine. Your car becomes yours. His phone becomes his. Her bag becomes hers. Our house is simply ours. And their bicycles transforms into theirs. The possessive pronoun is literally doing all the heavy lifting, so the noun doesn't even have to show up to work.
All right, Section 3. The pronoun lineup. Let's learn them one by one.
First up, we have I, which becomes mine. We use mine when something belongs to me. So if I want to claim ownership of something, I don't say this is my notebook. I can simply anchor the very end of the sentence by saying, this notebook is mine. It's confident, it's complete. A couple other examples would be, the blue bicycle is mine, or that seat is mine.
Next up, you becomes yours. We use yours when something belongs to the person you are actually speaking to. So instead of saying, is this your pen, you can cleanly swap out the noun and just ask, is this pen yours? You could also say, the red umbrella is yours, or maybe that suitcase is yours.
Now let's look at he, which becomes his. Notice something a little bit interesting here. The word his is exactly the same as the possessive adjective. It's kind of this fun, stubborn little anomaly that absolutely refuses to change its spelling. On the left, as an adjective, we have, his jacket is black. And on the right, as a pronoun, the jacket is his. The word doesn't change at all. So if John forgot his phone, we can just point and say, the phone is his.
Next we have she turning into hers, and we turning into ours. We use hers for a woman or a girl, like Emma left her coat here. The coat is hers. And we use ours when something belongs to us, like this classroom is ours. Do you notice the really simple pattern here? We're literally just adding an S to the adjective forms her and are. Super easy.
And finally, rounding out the whole lineup, they becomes theirs. We use theirs when something belongs to them. So instead of awkwardly saying, those are their bicycles, we save ourselves all that repetition and just say, those bicycles are theirs. Or maybe, the White House is theirs.
Section 4. Avoiding common mistakes. The trap of the verb be.
Okay, so now that you know the words, I really need to warn you about a very common trap that trips up a lot of beginners. Look at the sentence with the red X. This book is mine. It just automatically feels wrong, right? That's because placing a possessive adjective at the end of a sentence without its accompanying noun is a big grammatical error. My is lonely. It desperately needs a noun. The correct way, with the green check mark, is to use the pronoun that can completely stand alone. This book is mine.
Here's another one. The car is theirs. Nope, incorrect. It should absolutely be, the car is theirs. So here is your ultimate golden rule to remember. After any form of the verb be, whether that's is, are, was, or were, you must use a possessive pronoun, not a possessive adjective. The house is ours. The bicycles are theirs.
Let's hit section 5. Practice and homework, test your knowledge.
It is officially time to put all this theory into action. I want you to actively test your knowledge right now with a little practice session. Complete this sentence for me. This is my notebook. This notebook is... Take a quick second. What do you think goes in that blank?
If you guessed mine, you hit the nail right on the head. This notebook is mine. Really great job if you got that. See how we effortlessly transformed my notebook into the single powerful word mine?
Let's do a really quick multiple choice quiz. Read this sentence. The football belongs to the boys. It is blank. Okay, is the correct answer A, their, or B, theirs? Think back to the golden rule we literally just went over.
And the correct answer is for sure B, theirs. It is theirs. Why? Because it follows the verb is, and it stands completely alone at the end of the sentence. Fantastic work. You are really getting the hang of this.
Now, to really lock this in your brain, here is your homework assignment, straight from our explainer source material. First, I want you to complete 5 sentences just like the ones we just practiced. For example, this dictionary belongs to me. It is blank. Second, I want you to write out 6 pairs of sentences showing the actual transition from adjective to pronoun using the pattern, this is my phone, the phone is mine. Do this for yours, his, hers, ours, and theirs. Share your answers down in the comments below. I would absolutely love to review them.
So to sum this whole shebang up, possessive pronouns show ownership without needing a noun at all. They completely replace the noun, standing totally on their own, and ultimately, they are the secret weapon to help us avoid awkward repetition so that you sound incredibly natural when you speak English.
You have officially mastered possessive pronouns. But let me leave you with this thought. Are you ready to conquer the absolute most important verb in the entire English language? In our next explainer, we are going to dive deep into the verb be, you know, am, is, and are, and learn how to build simple, flawless English sentences. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.